I went through all of high school doing just the bare minimum, right? So I never actually really tried any of my classes. I think it's embarrassing, okay? I think my GPA was like less than a 2.0 graduating high school. Like I think I just did the bare enough just to pass all my classes with a C, right? So then when I came into college, I was just completely lost, right? I think I did like 3 years of just doing classes of like a major that I didn't really know, right? Or care for. So then I switched to nursing, and then when nursing came, that's when it hit hard, right? Like these classes were super hard. A bunch of these classes, like some of my classmates are already like in certain medical stuff, like hospitals, or their parents already had some affiliate with health. So what I did was I took an EMT class, right? And this EMT class was actually super hard, and I passed it in the first try. It was actually because I was going on YouTube, right? That's what I did to learn about fitness as well. Like I did a lot of research on YouTube. So then I was like, let me try this approach for studying. So I stumbled upon this YouTuber, and he actually taught me the process which is called active recall. So with this active recall, I'm gonna show you guys. You're gonna get a whiteboard, a notebook, or if you have an iPad, which is what I use, you're just gonna write down what you need to study, right? So the app that I use is called GoodNotes. So GoodNotes allows me to basically have a notebook within my iPad. All right, so you guys see how this thing right here is like, has all the definitions. So then you'll just go on a new page, and then you'll start writing down as much as you can. Yeah, so you'll start like filling it out, right? So you'll put like pituitary gland, and then you put like so you see right here how I wrote it down, and it's basically that, right? So you just keep doing that over and over until you could fill out this whole thing. Yeah, so you could do this with words as well, right? So you see the word is concept right here. So then the definition says that it's an idea that is connected with something. So then you'll just write it down. So you'll write concept, and then you'll write noun, an idea that is, pardon my writing guys, I am not the best writer, with something. And you'll just write it over and over, right? But the key here is that you're gonna want to remove this. So like you'll read it, then you delete it, and then that's when you write this down, and then you'll go back to the this and be like, oh okay, I got this right, but I forgot to include this. So then you just keep doing it over and over until you get it all. I love this way of studying because it allows you to think more actively about what you're trying to learn, right? So it allows you to come up with like certain questions, or just try to pull more information on certain things, right? So it's like you have the definition right there, and you try to remember all these words and why it works that way. So that's the way that it helps me allow myself to think better and just study like to the best that I can. Now your brain can't be the only muscle that you train. Exercising helps you lower your stress levels. It does this by releasing endorphins, which are your actual natural mood lifters. And if you are less stressed, then you have a clearer mind, which allows you to focus better on your studies. So physical activity also allows for an increase of blood flow to your brain, which will then enhance your concentration and cognitive function. So this allows you to be more attentive and engaged in your studies. So now I get everyone has different goals. So I'm gonna go over if you simply want to gym for better health or muscle gain, or maybe you just want to get stronger overall. So if you want to gain muscle with minimal amount of time, we're talking like less than an hour. So it's usually recommended for people for around their maximum gains, they want to do 10 sets per muscle group per week, right? So there was this study which reported on 15 untrained individuals where when they were training until failure, doing about 1 to 4 sets per week gained them about 65% of their gains, right? So for example, where there's the 10 sets per muscle group per week for the individual, these people did 1 to 4 sets per week, and they gained about 65% of their gains. Now, if you want to add a little bit more sets to that, it is in this same literature, it shows that 5 to 9 sets per week will gain them about 84% of their maximum gains. So this is actually super crazy, because if you think about it, you don't have to spend that much time. Like this, we're talking like for certain people, you're gonna work out for 1 hour and you could gain 84% of your gains. The people that want to get their maximum amount of gains are going to be in the gym for 2 hours, right? People like me, people that want to get the maximum result. But if you're just a minimalist, right, like you want to be the laziest way about this, you do 1 to 4 sets per week gaining 65% gains, or 5 to 9 sets gaining 84% of your gains. It is important to know that these individuals are untrained, right? So we're talking about people that have not gone to the gym ever. So eventually you're gonna have to do this thing called progressive overload, and I'll go over that in another video. But basically you're just gonna have to keep adding more weight, but this is like after like probably like a year or 2 of doing this. If your goal is just to mainly gain strength, right, you can do 1 to 3 sets per week. That'll be sufficient enough for you to be able to gain some strength gains. Heavy lifting actually targets your fast twitch muscle fibers. So these are the keys for building strength. So this means if you want to target basically both of like muscle gain and muscle strength, you're gonna try to alternate between these two, right? So basically going for less reps and higher intensity. So you want to target around 3 to 4 sets with 4 to 6 rep ranges with a challenging weight. This will be like 80 to 90% of your max strength. So if you want to have a well-rounded like muscle growth and strength, you can try to like mix like your heavy sets and light training in the same week. So for example, one day you'll go heavier, low rep sets, and on another day you'll switch to lighter weights with higher reps, aiming always till failure, right? So this gives you more variety in your workouts and stimulates different muscle fibers, giving you more efficient results. So the way that this saves time is you're doing multiple exercises with lots of sets. So you'll focus on fewer high quality sets where you really push yourself, right? So whether you're lifting heavy or light, the key is intensity. So training with effort, so pushing till failure. This will allow you to achieve your results in less time because you're working smarter. So you can spend just 30 to 45 minutes in the gym and see great results, right? You're not gonna get the maximum results as someone who's training for 2 hours, but you'll still get really great results, right? So you want to prioritize like compound movements. So compound movements are things that are going to target multiple muscle groups at a time. So you could do squats, deadlifts, bench press, and you'll just go heavier with fewer reps, or light with higher reps, right? But the key is pushing yourself to failure on this. The bread and butter here is sleep, right? So sleep is responsible for balancing your hormones. It releases TEST and IGF-1. So IGF-1 helps your bones and muscles grow. So this is vital when you're a kid, and teenager. So IGF-1 supports muscle development and repair. It does this by promoting growth and density. So without sleep, your brain and health function will deteriorate. So during sleep, your body goes through REMs, which if disrupted will inhibit your body's ability to repair muscle and grow it. And it also lowers your testosterone. What sleeping allows you to do is it lowers your muscle breaking hormone, right? So this hormone is called cortisol. So cortisol will increase when you don't sleep properly. So studies have shown that depending on what time of day you sleep, cortisol may not decrease due to your circadian rhythm, right? So cortisol will increase when you don't sleep properly, basically. So your circadian rhythm is your biological clock, right? So you know how some people will wake up early in the morning and they're like energized, all that stuff, but then they'll sleep like early, like 8 p.m., right? And then there's other people that like to sleep all the way to like 1 p.m. or something like that, but they'll stay up all the way late, right? So these are like night owls or like early birds, right? So this is your circadian rhythm. It's when your body feels like it's tired. So the primary component of this circadian rhythm is the suprachiasmatic nucleus, right? So this is located in the hypothalamus of the brain. So this group of cells receives information about light from your eyes. Basically, the light that is received from your eyes is when your body will start to feel like when they're tired or when they need the energy, basically. So that's everything you guys need in order to become the best version of yourselves. I had to learn throughout like trial and error, right? So I mean, I'm still not finished with all my nursing classes. I'm still not in the nursing program, but I was able to go from that 2.0 high school student to being able to where I am right now, right? I'm not the smartest, I'm not the brightest. It takes me a lot of time to study, but basically if you just start with this right now, with less than 1 hour of working out, less than 1 hour of studying, overall you're gonna get better at it, and then that's gonna allow you to have more time to do things like play video games, watch anime, or hang out with your friends. Basically, you just have to develop this craft right now so that then later on you can get better at it and don't have to require so much more time into this. So thank you much for tuning into the video, and I really do hope this video was helpful in any way. And if it is, please leave a comment and let me know. And if you guys have any questions about nursing or EMT or working out, please leave it in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help.